What's up, guys? I'm jdthemightymesprit, the guy that loves video games but hates IGN, and it is time for the Mighty Mesprit Game Awards. I guess that's not really the right words to say it, but these are mostly the games I beaten in 2021. I was supposed to do this a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, first time I recorded didn't work out for reasons I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to explain it. So and then after that, wife got in the way, so I was like, since I woke up super early, I'm just gonna do this now, or I can. So I have 40 games that I beat in this year. In case you're not aware, in July I basically logged in every game I beat in the year. So. However, you gotta keep in mind that started this in July. Go to Movie God did a similar thing a few months ahead of me. So I'm ready behind. I was already behind, but I beaten. There are 40 games this year, so I actually beat 5 more games than them. But we're gonna still check it out. We're gonna talk about the games and see if I'll tell you if they're good or not. Which actually even better because I actually have 2 stacks that are basically in order with the game number I beat when I beat them, and of course I have the worst games I beaten this year, which we're going to start with first, and then we're going to end the video with the best games I beaten this year. And just a heads up before we start, all of these are determined by a verdict. Not the 2 stacks Tulsa, but the worst games and the best games are determined by the verdict. So I'm not gonna say the verdict because if you guys followed me on Twitter, you probably know what I gave these games. Maybe my opinion has changed over time, but I told them these are the worst. The first act is the worst of the worst, and the last is the best of the best. That being said, we're gonna start off with number 5 of the worst of the worst. Toy Story Mania. I know, a licensed game, a kitty licensed game. And it's a Disney game, unfortunately. Which Disney games, the Capcom Disney games are typically good. This was made by Denty's Interactive Studios. And I know Disney Interactive did work with Capcom on Ductus Remastered, which is an amazing game, by the way. But this one is not good. Super repetitive. I'm not as annoying as the number 3 we're going to talk about, but yeah, it's super repetitive. I'm actually going to move the computer a little bit. Sorry about the background noise, but that's okay. Yeah, super repetitive, super frustrating. The mini games were the exact same thing. There's nothing much to it other than just a boring kitty-ass game. And the reason why I got this game is because, well, first off, A, I needed it. B, I found this game at a thrift store for $2. And that was the same thing. However, that was the day I found Mario Party 8. But it was at Salvation Army, which sadly closed. But that's probably the best thing about this game for me. The fact that I found it for cheap. And you know me, I'm cheap as shit. Yeah, that's really sweet. Now, next up we have, coming in number 4, for the worst of the worst, we have Street Fighter Cross Tekken. What a huge disappointment this game was. Basically, it's not even what it says it is. It's not only the worst Tekken I played, but the worst Street Fighter game I played. Way worse than what's it? This is way worse than Game of Tekken 6, which I still have not beaten Tekken 6. I got that one back in November. Still have not beaten that game, but still I want to try to beat it. Actually, I'm thinking about it. After I finish, I'm actually currently playing Tokyo Xanadu. After I beat that, I might go back to this guy too. Get a little off topic, but it's whatever. It's my videos. I do shit whatever I want. But yeah, terrible game. Still want to beat Tekken 6 though. Which I might get around to, but don't play this game. Tekken 6 is alright, but this is bad. Alright, coming in number 3 of the worst of the worst, we have Family Game Night 4, the game show. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. One of my biggest guilty pleasures is game show games. You know how Jay from Game Chasers, I know his guilty pleasure is kitty games? Well, this is my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure for me, but one of my guilty pleasures is game show games. I am a huge fan of game show games, mostly because I'm a huge fan of the game shows themselves. Not that I want to be in one per se. I mean, I kind of wish I would, but it's super hard to get into, and then after you only get one chance, and after that's basically it. Your money's wasted. But that being said, video games are the closest we can get to it, and I think the Wii, PS3 360 era probably the best era for game shows. Unfortunately, this is not a good game show. Not only this is a terrible game show game, this is one of the worst 360 games I ever played in my life. Like, it's super annoying, super frustrating, and I give this game a way lower score because I love game show games, and this is not a good game. And again, I really wanted to, and to be honest, I really wanted to like this game, majorly because Sagman18, rest in peace, by the way, said that he actually played this game for you. That's how I actually knew about this game. I said this game I've been looking for this game and finally got a hold of it. And yeah, the game sucks. I need it for the Wii though, but yeah, what a huge disappointment that game was. Anyway, coming in number 2 for the worst of the worst. Oh god, I hate this game. Automata XWin. Oh my freaking god, I hate this game. This game, I already talked about this game before. I don't have much to say. It's basically anime boobs, the video game, shooting anime boobs, and that's basically it. I'm not gonna go in this game. This game makes me uncomfortable to talk about. But you know what? I already talked about this game way before, so I'm not gonna talk about it again because we have to talk about the next game, and coming in at number 1 for the worst of the worst games I've beaten this year. And this game, I really despise this game. Persona 5 Dancing Star Night. I am a huge Shin Megami fan. I've been with the franchise. I knew about the franchise since I was a little kid, since elementary school. I love Shin Megami, and I really love Persona to some extent. The old school Persona games. This is not a good game. I really want to like this game because just like Family Game Night 4, I really want to like this game. Because it's a Persona dancing game. And you have dancing. It's actually really cutesy. And it goes on being the most sexiest dancer in the game and the best dancer in the game. It could be amazing. How could you go wrong? Everything. You could go wrong. The story mode was replaced with social wing cutscenes, which of course on social wing cutscene is like the worst. The first one in particular is the Street Seductions. It's the worst cutscene I ever seen in my goddamn fucking life. Not even joking. The remixes are uninspired. And it kind of sucks that Rivers of the Dead, they made a DJ remix of that. Why they had to make a Japanese DJ mix, I have a Rivers in the Death, which probably depends on the best song in Persona 5, and probably one of the best songs in any RPG I played. Love that song, by the way, even though I don't listen to it very often, but still a great song. They took that and pretty much made a DJ version. I don't know why. I cannot stand companies who basically make DJ versions of great songs, and they did that for this game. I don't know why, but probably the worst thing about this game is the Boaz performance. Oh my god. You know what? No. I gotta mention, this is the girls' Boaz performance is probably my least favorite stage in any game ever. I not only did I feel uncomfortable, I felt super uncomfortable. And not to mention, one of the stages in the minigame area and Dread to Fate had topped it before, but there's now. I believe that was my pick for the worst stage I played. But now that I played this and put that stage, I might take the cake. Hate this game. One of the worst games I played this year. But that being said, we don't have to talk about it anymore for at least for a while. Thank God. Because now we got the normal stacks. I'm actually gonna cut right here actually so I can put these games away, and then we will get to the normal stack. Save us some time. Alright, next stack, we have the first half of the numbered games. These are games I have beaten. I'm not going to tell which number I have in the mix, because again, I have to mix it up between my favorite games I beat this year and the worst games I beaten this year, which I already did the worst, thank God, Persona 5 Dancing sucks. But, we're going to continue on with the best games the numbered games, and in order of when I beat them. So, first up we have, you probably noticed there's somewhat of a theme here, is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. What a really great, great kart racer this game was. Yeah, I mean, it's actually really fun. Probably the best, Sonic, Sonic racing game on the 360. I'm probably the best kart racer on the 360. I'm not even joking. This game is awesome. Like the fact, typically Nintendo they would just put Mario characters, and technically Crash Bandicoot did that so and Crash Team Racing. What Sega did is that before they had to do what everybody else was doing. What Sega did was really unique. Nobody else did it. Where they had a bunch of Sega characters and they raced each other. I don't know why that sounds sound amazing, but it is. It's amazing. The tracks, which was somewhat hard, were amazing. The transformation, of course, everybody knows it was inspired by Diddy Kong Racing, obviously. Just a great game. If you, this game's super awesome. And this game is actually really cheap, actually. If you could find this game right around 10 to 15 bucks on eBay, around that mark on eBay. So go play this game if you can get a hold of it. It's actually a really cheap game. Next up, we have Kirby's Epic Yarn. This is a really cutaway, super happy, super fun, and super easy game. Very kid friendly game. But I also really enjoyed this game. This was a really fun platformer on the Wii. And probably the best Kirby game I played. Yeah, I played Kirby Superstars on the Dream Collection, but nothing compares to this. This is you don't die in this game, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's super easy, but I think the way that they present this game is amazing. Really amazing, especially for a kid friendly game. Even adults. I'm an adult. I'm pretty much an adult myself, and I still really like this game. One of my favorite Wii games. Definitely become one of my favorite Wii games on the system. Really enjoyed this game, and not to mention I was missing the menu for a while. I have the menu for this one. I'm not sure how much this one goes for complete, but it's actually really awesome game. Alright, next game is a little bit of an uncommon one. You don't see this one very often, although it's not that great of a game. Batman the Ghostly Adventures 2. This game was very mediocre. Very huge disappointment, unfortunately. Really wanted to like this game, but as I did see a playthrough of this game, I heard it was really awesome. So I wanted to play. I got this game when I did. I'm very glad I got this game when I did because the game typically you don't see copies of this one on eBay very often, and when you do, it's like around 20 to 25 bucks on eBay. So pretty uncommon for 360 standards, but it's not that great of a game. The only thing from there were a couple things I did like about this game. Number one, this is one of the easiest games to get 4,000 achievements for. So actually, if you want to get just play the game just for achievements, then it's an amazing game. If you want to play this game for achievements, I was actually really close to getting all the achievements. Unfortunately, it was one of the there's like 2 achievements I missed. I should correct that mistake and actually fix that though. I should probably play this game again, and get those achievements. And number 2, there was one stage I really liked. The silly stage where you're on a hoverboard, where you can see in the cover right here. Hugely inspired by Back to the Future Part 2, with the hoverboard. And now you get to be back. You get to play the mini game Back to the Future to Part 2. That was where I had to do that because that's such an awesome stage. Other than that, the game is not that great. But and again, really wanted to like this game because that's a really super fun platformer, which I wasn't able to. But thankfully I do have Batman the Ghostly Adventures 1 on the Wii U. Unfortunately, my gamepad has fucking died, so I need to get an actual just on order to play it. I've actually been working for that one for a while though. Oh, good. That's good. I'm going to continue on. Okay. Next up we have Suma's Revenge on. Next up we have Suma's Revenge on 360. What a great continuation to Suma. Such a really fun and addictive game, and this is probably the best version of this game. Only reason why this game did not make the top 5 best was definitely better than Zuma, but until you realize when I did play this game, I got to the final boss and then I got to the ending and the game crashed. The game froze on me. This was the first time that this happened. Don't think it happened ever since, but it was really unfortunate that this happened to me. Because I was actually really looking forward to playing this version and the game crashed. So really unfortunate, but what can you do? Regardless, great game. You might want to know what my thoughts on the original Suma were. I liked it, but I honestly couldn't get into the original Suma. I like this one a whole lot better because there's they add so much to this game. And essentially, they took a great PC game and made an amazing port. I give it a much higher score and was for the port. I give away the original game like a 7.5. This is an 8.5. That one was. Next up we have. I kind of giving it right. I don't care. Next up we have Sleeping Dogs. Really good game. Really good game. Even though there is the fact you have to consider that this game is extremely aggressive, extremely brutal. But now that I played Yakuza, I'm not talking about this game because I played Yakuza, so really fun game. But you know what? I want to get this out of the way. So that even I still will give this, even if I hate the game, I'll still give it a high reviews rating of Yakuza. Unless I really hate it to despise it. But you know, yeah, I think I hate this game now because I played Yakuza. The game becomes non-existent to me now I played Yakuza. Because that's not really the right thing to say. But you know, I still give the game. I still give the N7.6. It's definitely a really good game. Just now, me personally, I kind of hate it. I'll explain about the how about it. As the predictors are good, because we need to save some time. I don't have a lot of time to record today, so I need to get this. We need to get through this because I have like 2 stacks after this. Oh my god, I have 2 stacks to go after this, so we gotta get through this. Next up we have McDonald's Treasure Round Adventure, really fun platformer on Genesis. There were also 2 more McDonald's games, one on the Famicom, which I heard wasn't good, and we got McKids, which I heard is very, very good. But this is a really fun McDonald's, probably the best McDonald's game I played. This is a really uncommon game, super hard to get. Got this one at Book Off. But I spent $120 in this game. It was a lot of money, but I was able to get this game. Really fun platformer, even though you have to sit about the ending. The game was extremely easy, and the ending was fucking garbage. But other than that, a really, really fun game. I'm actually looking forward to playing this game again because that's a really, really fun game. And alright, next up we have Sonic Unleashed. I beat this game on the Wii before so many times, but I never actually beat the 360 game version until now. Really glad I did. Really. Don't get me wrong. This version in particular, problems. So many problems. But you know what? I'm a huge Sonic fan, so I don't give a shit. I'm okay with these problems. Don't get me wrong though. The final boss was extremely difficult. Especially the fact that if you die you get the game over. You have to start all over from. You have to beat the 8 Dragoon again. It was really annoying. And especially the final boss after that was extremely difficult. Even Perfect Dark Guy was some of a bitch to beat. But other than that, great game. Because I'm a huge Sonic Hedgehog fan. It's super fast paced and super fun. That's what Sonic has always been from the beginning, and that's why I really like this game. Next up we have the Wii version, and you play control Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. There's actually I actually thought I counted how much I was gonna say, but I kind of realized that I'm played this game in a while. But I actually beat this game recently. Really fun game. Although technically you have to use the remote nunchucks, really annoying. I also do have to DK bongos to this, so I actually have to put it away, unfortunately. But still, really, really fun game. And although I just don't remember much about it. I really want Donkey Kong, although I won't Donkey Country more. Next up we have Family Game Night 3. Probably just called FGN 3. Just to save some time, but FGN 3. You probably understand what I'm talking about. Was actually kind of okay. I really like the carnival. I really like the carnival style. Look at the game was going for. I'm just gonna look this actually. Yeah, I really love the carnival style that the game was going for. But other than that, Cool was actually really fun, and I kind of like the game with them said. It was just okay. Not much. But again, I do love games again. This is much better than FGN 4. Oh god, I hate that game. But still okay. And I still have Family Game Night. Oh sorry, FGN. I still have FGN 2, but I do need. So I believe I need this to the question. I need FGN 1, and I need FGN 4 on the Wii. And then under 60, I need 1 and 3. And I do have the fun pack with under 60, which probably good I got that out of the way. That's really hard to find on 60, but glad I got it. Alright, next up we have Aerobic Supersonic. A really, really fun. I'm not too big into strategy games, But this was a really fun strategy game. I'm really gonna set my time into this game. This is a really fun game. I really enjoyed this game, and I really enjoyed this game, but yeah, actually, I have nothing much to say about it. Just a really fun game. That's oh, I remember now. There's something I do need to point out. You do need to play two players with this game, which is really a problem. You do if you want to get the best experience of this game, you need to play two players at this game, which is really annoying. But you know what can you do? Alright, next up we have Yoshi's Woolly World. Just like Kirby's Epic Yarn, this is a really fun platformer. Super easy, but one of the most adorable games I ever played in my life. Although, don't get me wrong, Final Boss was extremely pretty disappointing. Super easy, which is why it was disappointing. And other than that, a really fun game. I definitely enjoyed my time. With this one. Alright, next up we have Mario Sonic of the London Twin Tower Olympic Games. Oh, technically this one there's no campaign in this one, so you wouldn't have beaten this one. So this is the way I beat this game was basically I just played all the main events. But I did one of the party after I played the main events. That's how I beat this game. But another childhood classic. I really like this game. I did my favorite Mario Sonic game. It's probably the DS or the Winter Olympics on the DS. It's a really fun game. Really enjoyed that one. Alright, next up we have go on to continue with the Sonic theme. We have Sonic and the Black Knight. Great game when it comes to its story, characters, and music. Especially the fact this game is super accurate, pretty much somewhat accurate to the source material that it's based on. Everything else, though, not so much. Didn't think it was horrible, but the music was actually really good, though. I really liked the music. Again, why am I going to these games quick? Save some time, obviously. Last time it took me like 40 minutes to record everything. I'll go into more detail about the top 5 NES games, but yeah, we need to go get this done quickly. Next up we have Street Fighter 30. Well, technically the Street Fighter 3, but I put it on this version. That's why I'm counting it. This is obviously this one comes to the 12 Street Fighter games, although technically it's 5. But wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, technically it comes with 5 Street Fighter games. I'm not even joking. But still, I won't like Street Fighter 3, so pretend it's Street Fighter 3, but great game. I really like the techniques. This one, I'm not gonna Street Fighter. Speaking of great games right here, Saints Row 4, really great game. Really enjoyed this game. I love open world games. This was a really fun game. Don't get me wrong. This game was super frustrating. The final boss was extremely hard. In the ending, the ending was garbage. But other than that, really great game. And unfortunately, this is actually the last Saints Row game until there's a new one coming out. I did hear that one got delayed though, unfortunately. But I did hear there was a new one coming out. Which I heard was really good to go. Even though that one they're trying to go way more for battle royales, so that sucks. So this is actually gonna be the last time we're gonna see these characters, the original Saints Row characters. Again, they're making a reboot and trying to make it way more battle royale. So that sucks that we're not gonna see these characters anymore. But regardless, great game. This was a great ending to this Get Out of Hell, which is pretty cool. But great ending to the original series games. Alright, I'm gonna cut it right here so I can put the games away. We will continue on. Alright, continuing on with stack number 3. First up we have in this stack we have Marvel Superheroes. This is a really fun first off, really fun arcade game, and I never played the arcade version. This is the PS1 part of the arcade version. Really fun game. And if I have to say, this is probably my favorite port based off an arcade game. This was a really fun game, and this is actually one of those games I come back to this day when I get a chance. This is such an awesome game. really enjoyed this game. I cannot wait for the next one coming out. But really enjoyed this game. Next up we have Capcom Fighting Evolution. Speaking of the opposite of great games, here's Capcom Fighting Evolution, and this is actually not a good game. Just a poor man's Street Fighter, pretty much. Why am I going quickly with these games? Save us some time, obviously, and A and B. We got. Oh, by because you're not aware, this is actually a very uncommon game. Actually, this is like a $80 to $100 game. So keep that in mind. I should have mentioned that. I was very stupid. That's whatever. Next up, we have Wheel of Fortune. I have so much nostalgia for this game. I played so much of this game on the Wii U. Unfortunately, Wii U version's getting a lot harder to find. Sucks. I shouldn't have sold it, but it's whatever. But so glad I got this one when I did. A really, really awesome version of Wheel. Hands down, this is hands down the best video game ever made. And why is this? Well, I'm a huge Wheel of Fortune fan. I love the show. When I get a chance, I'll watch the show when I get a chance because I love the show. I do believe that the show's on Netflix now. I do believe. Which I think I might watch it again. I mean, I actually want to watch the older episodes when I get a chance. Because again, huge Wheel of Fortune fan. I loved it since I was a kid. Yeah, really awesome game show game. That's not my favorite because again, huge Wheel of Fortune fan. Next up we have an awesome game that makes you want to say fuck yeah or boom shaka waka baby. NBA Jam on the PS3. This is the 2010 NBA Jam. Really, really awesome game. But way easier, a little bit more easier than the Genesis one, the Super Nintendo one. Not saying much, because those games are great to begin with. But really, really awesome. I typically stay away from playing sports games, but this one was really, really awesome. And it took me a while to beat this game, but when I did beat this game, it was amazing. Finally beat this game for a long while, and not to mention the final. There's a secret final boss where you got to play as a special team, which I thought was amazing. So really awesome game. One of my favorite PS3 games on the system. Alright, next game I'm about to show. This is a really, really uncommon game. Unfortunately, it is missing the manual, but it is. You don't see this one very often. Again, it's super hard to get a hold of now. I've been looking for this one. I scored this game for $4 in a eBay wallet. I'm not even joking. Wallet was there at 25, and I scored this for $4. I knew it was uncommon games. I had to get. That's why I got it. That was the reason why I got the wallet. It's Time Crisis Racing Storm. Now this was actually really fun Time Crisis game. You do need the PlayStation. Actually, you don't need the even without the PlayStation mode. It's still a really fun Time Crisis game. The reason for that is that you could actually it comes with this actually. You get Time Crisis Racing Storm, which we call Racing Storm in the arcade, and you get the arcade version of Time Crisis 4, and you get an obscure arcade game called Death Storm Pirates. What a great deal! You're actually getting not only getting this game, you're getting 2 bonus games as well. That the arcade games has, but that's a really great deal. Unfortunately, this game you don't see very often. This is actually the rarest PlayStation Move game on the system. Though technically the rarest PlayStation 3 game is a Siberia Collection, which I'm probably never gonna, which is the top 3 rarest PS3 games, not counting NBA with them, because I'm never gonna get that game. Siberia Collection, Zeuss Revenge, and Pedicure, which I'll probably never get a hold of, but those things are really hard to get a hold of. But yeah, basically the really awesome game. And by that, let me explain what I mean by that. I'm going for a complete PS3 set. I'm gonna need these games eventually, but I don't want to pay retail for them. I want to try to see if I can find them and get a really good deal on them. If I have to, I'll use some trade to get them when I can, because I am going for a complete set. I want to get them now before they're way harder to get hold of. Next up we have just like Time Crisis Racing Storm, this is a really, really uncommon game. Super hard to get of. You do not see this game very often. But I'm a huge fan of JRPGs. and this was a really fun JRPG, action RPG, is Dragon Valor. There's also, I did mention this before, I'll mention it again, there is also Dreads of Fate, which actually plays similar to this, but this is the much better game. Don't get me wrong though, just to cut the confusion, this is not a sequel or prequel to Dreads of Fate. They had two different publishers. This one was by Namco, and Dreads of Fate was by Squaresoft. Now that's out of the way. Really awesome game, even though technically, it's hard. It's a little bit hard, especially the final boss was extremely hard. It was a really fun game. Don't get me wrong. Super short. Actually, story was actually short for a JRPG, which is amazing. Even though technically, final boss was extremely disappointing. B. It was hard as shit. That's what I meant to say. B. The story was the story. I didn't care for the story very much. Not much often. I still want to try to get a hold of Dragon Force, which I'm still looking for that game. But really awesome to get this game and the story behind this game. I got this game at JNL, which was really JNL was really high. Obviously, everybody knows that. Even though, don't get me wrong, I'm the owner. Kid is a really good friend of mine. Even though I have to understand the fact that he's trying to run a business. But I got them shipping on this game, so that's how I got a hold of it. And it was really, I did find a run drop. I passed on it because of the printed artwork. This game, they said it was fully complete. It was legit, so that's why I got it. They did not know what they had. This is like a $100 game if you want to get a hold of it. It is an awesome game though. Not worth $100. Don't get me wrong, but for $45, I'll definitely take it for that price. Next up we have is Rayman Origins, which is an amazing 2D platformer on 360. I saw Generations was my favorite 2D platformer, but now this is taking the. This is not. I can say never anything. My new. Not my say no. Now it's finally changed to this game. This was an amazing game. Really love this game. Played so much. I played it as much as again until I beat the final boss. Don't get me wrong. The final boss was extremely hard, and I wasn't a fan of the mosquito levels, which were extremely hard. Way harder than the actual game. But that being said, this was a really awesome game. I still want to try. I still have the 3DS version of this game. Which I found at flea market for $5. I'm joking, but I still want to try that version actually. But great game. Really enjoyed this game way more than I did. Alright, next up we have a couple of Kirby games, and this is probably we have two more Kirby games at the show. We have actually one of them in between. Kirby's Triple Deluxe. I'm not gonna lie, this game was extremely easy. Got this game from Muhammad, which by the way, thank you so much Muhammad for hooking me up with this one. But this one wasn't too much of a fan of this one. I did beat this game. I'm not going 100% this game because the final boss was a little bit more harder, but other than this game was extremely easy. Kind of sucks because the music's actually really good in this one, but just the boss music, but it's not saying much. Next up we have a really awesome game. And right here, this is another sports game, but this is actually one of the sports games I much rather come back to because I've got my eye on. It's a really awesome game. This is a hidden gem on the Wii. It's kind of hard to say because there's so many hidden gems. MLB Power Bros. This game really took me by surprise. It really caught me by surprise. Is recent because I thought, oh, I'll try it out, see what it turns out. Bad. I was just another kiddie game. It turns out that I played the campaign, and that's when I really got hooked with this game. Majorly because this game is basically Major League Baseball meets Persona, and the fact that this game combines a Major League Baseball with, of course, the social sim elements from the Persona series. I immediately got my attention because at the time I was pretty much obsessed with Persona. So I was like, I needed something else, a good game that was like Persona, because there were a lot of anime games. Even for a non-anime, I needed a non-anime Persona-like game, and this was a really awesome. And I guess technically Final Fantasy is the rival to Persona, although technically Final Fantasy doesn't have social simulation elements. Not saying that Final Fantasy is better. Not saying that Persona is better than Final Fantasy. Because don't get me wrong, Persona, Final Fantasy had a way bigger head start in popularity than Persona did. so on when it got popular with Persona 5. Obviously, the original games were not that popular. Not saying I'm not saying they're terrible, but yeah, this is a really awesome game. Wish I could talk about it more, but again, we got 10 more games left, so we need to get through this as quickly as we can. We have another Kirby game here, Kirby Star Allies. This was extremely easy. Pretty disappointing. But thankfully there was actually a new Kirby game coming out, which actually coming out in a couple months actually. So me and my brother are definitely looking forward to it, because we actually played this game in co-op actually. We played, and of course when a new Kirby game comes out, if it ends up being multiplayer, we'll play the game together and we'll beat it together. If it is multiplayer, we'll play it. Yeah, okay, it's actually the first 3D Kirby game. It's actually really amazing. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I kind of thought it was actually Shin Megami, and I'm joking, it was Kirby. I know, Shin Megami for Kirby. And that's just the first thing that immediately comes to my head, because I'm a huge Shin Megami fan. Next up we have Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. This actually came before Sonic and All-Stars Racing. Sonic and All-Stars Racing transformed. And this is a really fun kart racer on the PS3. I mean, obviously, it's just to transform this better game, but this should not be missed. Really fun game. I know Commander 64, he praised this game actually, and eventually I found this game at a flea market. Still really fun. Next up, next 3 games I show more anime games, but it's because I love anime, I guess. Next up we have Dengeki Bunko. This is a game I've been looking for a very long time. Really fun fighting game. He does have Akira from Virtua Fighter, another game from characters from Akira Chronicles. But this game, the story mode was really tacked on. I was not a fan of the story mode in this one. I did beat this game though. I just played as the main character in this basically, but I've actually been looking for this one for a while though. So maybe I got us able to get in. This is like you will see this in. Oh, I'm realizing it now. You will see this game in Pick a Video. So actually, I picked this game. And actually, another game. A few games you will see. I'm showing now. You will see them in the pick. You will see those games in Pick a Video. Obviously. But anyway, next up we have Boyo Tetris 2. Really fun. Really fun. It's really fun. It's a very addicting puzzle game. Basically, I'm going to get this out of the way. I am terrible at Puyo Puyo. I'm very good at Tetris, but I'm terrible at Puyo Puyo. There were actually some modes that were really frustrating, especially the Big Bang. The Big Bang was extremely annoying. Well, more specifically, Big Bang on Puyo Puyo. I had to skip a couple stages. They were that difficult. I could not get past them. But thankfully, there's an option to skip them when you can. But it's not very 100% completion, but it's whatever. And of course, I actually really loved a couple of the characters. I really loved Arl, who, believe it or not, I did not know this. I looked her up. It turns out she's actually been with the franchise since the very beginning. She's actually the main protag. She was the main, more specifically, she was the main protag until eventually Sega decided, got the rights to the franchise, and confirmed that she's no longer the protag and replaced her as pretty much a side character now. But on the plus side, she was actually the mascot of Puyo Puyo. And actually, the original she comes from a duo, Metagaru, which I never played. Probably never played. It's a Japanese RPG. But it's a really fun game. And I'm actually going to move these games next, as you can still see me. Hey, what's up? Last game for this stack is Granblue Fantasy versus. Game is extremely easy. And the final boss was definitely my test level difficult. But not gonna talk much about this game because all I gotta say, only I'm gonna say about this game is Zeta is love. Zeta is wife. I think you can see, but yeah, sorry, butchered with the grade. This girl right here, she is the bae and forever will be the bae. That's all I'm gonna say about this game. But anyway, we're almost done here, so I'm gonna pause the video. Put the stack going. We'll run the video with the top 5 best games I've beaten this year. Alright, let's finish off the video with the top 5 best games I played this year. There's actually an extra game that I should have talked about it, but it's actually included with the other day, so I'm actually going to talk about it. I'll talk about it when I get to the game. But, I'll talk about that game first before we talk about the other one, the one that made the best was. But anyway, coming in at number 5 on the best games list, but I beat in this list, we have Tetris. Really, really fun, and a very addicting puzzle game. Obviously, this game easily still has high regard because it shows, because it's very fun and addicting. And again, it shows as well because one of the best games on the NES, as one of the best games ever made. Because everybody knows. I'm not gonna talk about this one too much because it's an amazing game. Next, coming on number 4, we have Rules of Nature, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Such a badass and amazing game right here. Really, really enjoyed. I actually beat this game this year. Super short game though. Compared to other Metal Gear games, but really, really awesome and really badass freaking game. I want to say fuck yeah to when you hear that song, Rules of Nature, because it's such a badass song. Because I mean it sets a tone for what this game will be, especially for a Metal Gear Rising game. But badass game, and amazing one at that. Not to mention I got a like from Platinum Games when I reviewed this game, so that's amazing. Alright, coming in at number 3, we have on the nostalgia game right here, Sonic Colors. This is probably the last Sonic game I have to talk about, but I actually still want to get the hold of the remaster Sonic Colors Ultimate, if I hopefully I will. But really awesome. I love this game as a kid, and I still love this game to this day. One of those games I come back to this day. And I still play it today, and I wanted to because we get the remaster. I obviously love this. I obviously love this game. I love this game. I love this game to this day, and this game made me the gamer that I am today. So not only that, I wish I collected as well, but they could do this game for all the memories I had. Even though one memory I will not remember is basically the fact that I'm missing a manual. Oh god, I can't remember missing it for this game. But I got off GameStop, so it's a huge risk if you get about the case. I'll find one eventually with the manual, eventually get it complete. Book Up might have one actually, so, and I will upgrade condition there. I'll pay a little bit more for a recap because I love this game. Alright, next up we have, coming in at number 2 for the best game, so this is another nostalgia game. I loved this game as a kid, and I still love this game to this day, even 10 plus years, is Plants vs. Zombies. Now, before we talk about Plants vs. Zombies, we do need to talk about one of the games that is included, which I also have beaten this year, and that's Peggle. Actually we'll talk about it together, so it saves me some time. But I really love Plants vs. Zombies, and I really like Peggle. Because those are both really great games. Don't get me wrong. The final to get this out of Peggle, the final levels were extremely hard. One of them 4 or Peggle was one of the hardest stages in any game I ever played ever. That being the case, Peggle's a really awesome game, and Plants vs. Zombies, such an amazing game. One of my favorite. This is obviously the game that made me. We're not into tower defense games because it's mostly on mobile, but in terms of consoles, I really love this game. And obviously, that's actually the reason why I actually beat 10 games with by 13 Sentinels. But I actually had time making this video, I just beat that game, which is an amazing game. But this is also an awesome. This is also what started my love for those kind of games. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the genre, really amazing game. And finally, coming in at number 1. For the best games I beaten, probably the best game I beaten this year is Super Mario Odyssey. I love this game. I love everything about this game is perfect. There's like nothing wrong with this game. Like the level design is perfect. Cappy is such a perfect companion to the Mario universe. Everything about this game is perfect, and Jump Up Superstar is not only one of the best songs in recent memory, but one of the best songs in any Mario game ever. Not especially any game ever. It's such an amazing. I want to play Jump Up Superstar for you guys. Even unfortunately, I cannot due to copyright reasons. Even though it's not really licensed, but still, I can't. Because I don't know how to put music in my videos. But if I would, I would obviously play it. Because it is such an amazing song. And if I like being a Mario fan since the beginning, even though I'd say one of my favorite franchises. I love Mario Party more than the main series, but this should not be missed. This is obviously an experience you will never forget, because I love this game. One of the best I played, and yeah, that actually wraps it up for games I've beaten this year. We will do the exact same thing for next year, or 2023 for games I've beaten this year. I actually already beaten a few games this year, so it was actually a really good head start. And again, I do apologize for not getting this video out. I was supposed to get this video out several weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. I wasn't able to, but now I'm gonna get this video up finally. And of course we're gonna get it finally out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Just a heads up, I forgot to mention this. We are almost at 100 subscribers. So if you can hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate it. Don't forget the like button. They'll not make a difference. And that being said, I'm JD the Mighty Mesprit, the guy that was the games but hates IGN. And you guys have an amazing day.